pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Come in.
Okay, we'll call the February meeting of Batavia Township to order.
Mitchell, here. So, Tracy,
Here.
Wes.
Here.
Here. Okay, for the benefit of the people watching us on TV, we now will audit the township bills. Performing a monthly audit of the township bills is one of the most important functions of the trustees. Each month we examine the bills submitted by the highway commissioner and the supervisor. If you would like to know about this further, just go to our website, bataviatownship.com. And we will be back in business in a little bit.
Well, what would you like me to do, sir?
I'm gonna have you read them all.
Okay. I will read them off.
That page.
Alrighty.
I believe so. Road fund.
Okay, so we're looking at the road fund. Okay. Check 4732, $120.17.
Yes.
Check 4758, 2241.
Yes.
4765, 2500.
Yes.
4766, 157.77.
Yes.
4767, $1,170.97.
Yes.
Check 4768, $40.35.
Yes.
4769, $228.98.
Yes.
4770, $208.03.
Yes.
4771, $83.90.
Yes.
And 4772, $1.37. Yes, it's more to write the check.
Yes.
That's okay. 4773 is $3,228.12.
Yes.
And 4774 is $81.04.
Yes.
And 4775, $339.06.
Yes.
And 4776, $414.57. 4776.
$414.57.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. 4777, $268.65.
Yes.
And 4779, $228.42.
Yes.
And 4780, $24.98.
Yes.
And 4781, $43.
Yes.
And we have an ending balance of $363,082.45.
Okay. I may have missed one. Let me see. 4766.
4766, 4766. Oh, 4766, 157.77.
Okay. I must have missed it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. You're forgiven. Okay,
Okay.
all righty.
And this is the general fund. Assessors.
Assessors. Okay.
Okay.
All right. $39.54. $1,450.
Yes.
$39.71. $175.
Yes.
$39.72. $1,584.86.
Yes.
And $39.73. $7,979.
Yes.
And $39.74. $120.
Yes.
$39.75. $241.50.
Yes.
And $39.76. $61.59.
Yes.
$39.77. $66.03.
Yes.
$39.78. $13.98.
Yep.
And $39.79. $10,132.18.
Yes.
And $39.80. $269.14.
Yes.
And $39.81. $892.93.
39.81. There it is. Okay.
Gotcha.
892.93.
Yep.
Okay, ending balance?
Now it looks like we have an ending balance of $451,852.79.
That's what I got.
Good.
One more real short.
Looks like that was general assistance,
Yep. General
All
assistance.
right.
Here we go.
$46.27, $112.06.
Yes.
$46.30, $245.
Yes.
$46.31, $154.86.
Yes.
$46.32, $99.66.
Yes.
$46.33, $304.11.
Yep.
And $46.36, $75.24.
Yes.
And it looks like we have an ending balance of $125,288.13.
Got it. Any of those? Start those.
Satan.
Those didn't have. They didn't have anything.
Absolutely. This is a precaution so that I don't have to pay a penalty on my income tax next year.
They canceled 18th and started this one, I think. I don't know for sure, but what's that? Yeah, 1 years.
You would think.
Jim, do you know what Comcast 900
That was at the end of the, our term, I think. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that was our startup. It was AT&T that we.
Oh, we have Comcast.
All the startup
Yeah,
costs.
we actually, we had two bills at the same time. One came late, the other one was already like that. So Layla called them and they said that. Are we all set? Okay.
We're done.
I'll entertain a motion for approval of minutes from January.
So moved?
Second?
Mitchell? Yes. Tracy?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes. And I'll entertain a motion for approval of accounts from January.
So moved.
Second?
Mitchell? Yes. Tracy?
Yes.
West?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes. Okay, I have two money transfers. And about in the middle on the assessor's fund. I want to transfer 4,000 from capital outlay and 9,000 from miscellaneous to salaries. And I will explain that, last year at this time, we were at 103,000. We've added 2 employees to the assessor's office, which I should have anticipated, but I didn't when I budgeted last year, so. So that's 13,000 altogether into salaries and benefits. And then next to the last page, general assistance. We want to transfer 2,000 from medical services to utilities. Got it? All right. Tammy, do you have anything to report from the assessor's office?
Sure. Currently, we're gathering all our neighborhood data and doing analysis on the neighborhoods for our 2014 reassessment. And I'm inquiring with Bill Sorrentino, our web provider, about putting sketches and photos out on the website so they're more accessible to the public. I think the costs have come down a lot, so I haven't met with him yet, but he wants to extract the data and see what the final cost would be for that.
Yeah, because let me know what the approximate,
I will.
cost.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's something I wanted to inquire about. It seems to be that he's got new programs now that might be more reasonable, so I'd like to make it accessible if it's affordable.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you do with neighborhood data? Can you explain what that?
We actually, right now, we're looking at neighborhoods to make sure, we check them annually because sometimes there's neighborhood, like subdivisions that may not have sales. We might have to put them what we call a neighborhood. So you may have 4 subdivisions, like Fox Trail, Prairie Trail, something like that, combined into a neighborhood. But we have to look for like homes,
So you're looking for anomalies, like somebody that's high or low, or
well, we look at the whole database, like all the sales within the 3 years, to see if they're selling at similar prices, so we can combine the neighborhoods. And then what we do is measure the current assessed value based on the last 3 years of sales. But when we do the neighborhoods, we need to make sure that the neighborhoods are still, like the subdivisions actually, are still in the right neighborhood that we grouped them in maybe the year before. Because we found that in previous years, we've had to combine subdivisions because there weren't sales in a subdivision, so we'd have to combine it with a similar subdivision to be able to assess it appropriately, because there's not always sales. So that's what we're working on now, is making sure that the neighborhoods are set up correctly for this year's assessment process. And then we run a mass Excel spreadsheet of the whole township, and then we save each one for each neighborhood code and run our spreadsheet analysis that way, and look at the whole neighborhood at one time. And we mass appraise, so we do each neighborhood at one time. And we have we print a property record card, so we're viewing each home on paper as we have it in our system against the spreadsheet. So that's what we do. But it's a process, but it's something we've been doing annually because of the market fluctuations.
does it always make sense to group them by subdivision? Like, let's say you are in a certain subdivision, but your next door neighbor's in a different subdivision.
It depends on what the homes are selling for in that subdivision. If it's, if you have custom homes in this subdivision and not in this one, we tend not to group them together. So it really depends on the type of homes and what they're selling for. So that's what we look at. If you have a certain size home and it's selling for a certain price, we try to look at the same, if another neighborhood's got the same type of pricing, a lot like per square foot. Sale price per square foot is a good measure. So that's how we.
So the exact same home, let's say the same builder, same home, in different subdivisions could be assessed differently?
Depending on the market of that subdivision,
Subdivision.
yes. Could be location. Some people might not want to live in the street. They might want to live on the street.
So they can't use that as a comparable if it's not in their subdivision?
Typically, if it's in the neighborhood, if it's in the subdivision, a subdivision is like Barkite. That's a subdivision. A neighborhood would be maybe Barkite combined with
Prairie Trails?
Prairie Trails. Yes. So a neighborhood is made up of multiple subdivisions. Could be made up of multiple. Sometimes they're on their own.
Does the homeowner know which subdivisions are considered a neighborhood for you?
If they inquire here,
This is not online, or
we,
there a code?
I'm trying to make it more accessible. It's not just out there. We have a list here that we go by.
So they could call and...
Absolutely, yeah. And, we're always helpful if they're looking for comps. We try to let them know.
Who you used?
Yeah, because it wouldn't be fair to send them, if they want to go to this neighborhood, we'll just say, well, that wasn't part of our analysis. But, a lot of times we do listen to the public, and they live out there and they live in that neighborhood. Maybe they're familiar with something going on there that, that I'm not aware of. And I listen to what I take in what everyone has to say, their opinion, and, you know, if there's maybe discrepancies.
Traffic flow or
Yeah.
homeowners' dues or something like that could make a difference, right?
Dues, no.
No?
I haven't had anything with dues or neighbors that aren't upkeeping. That really doesn't affect it either, but,
That doesn't-
you know, we'll go out and drive around if people mention things going on, so. We try to watch out for that.
You wanna take your oath of office?
Sure, I can.
Okay.
Come over here.
Just a standard one for everybody.
Yeah. I, Tammy Kavanaugh,
I, Tammy Kavanaugh,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of assessor
of the office of the assessor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would it be helpful to explain that the assessor's term of office is different from all the rest of the township?
Go ahead.
That might
Yeah.
help, right?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Right here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Chris, do you have a highway commissioner's report?
You know what I know about the winter.
Have you been having fun?
It's been interesting. So,
How are the roads holding up?
horrible, they look bad.
Have you never been?
Like everybody's,
Yeah.
I mean, does
tires.
it, when it gets better, does it,
it'll flatten back down.
will it? Oh, okay.
It's where water's got underneath and froze and heaved it. So it breaks it, basically. So there'll be more cracks and
More holes.
more disintegration. You know, as those little fissures occur and more water gets in there and they freeze and break the asphalt or concrete apart, then there's a pothole. So it's gonna be a tough spring. But first we gotta get to spring.
You got enough
But-
It's
salt?
coming.
You think it's rough in your car, you ought to drive down them in my snowplow truck.
Oh, you must get a headache.
It's, yeah, it's tough. So, but things are going all right, we're getting through it.
Got plenty of salt?
No, we don't have a whole lot of salt. Hopefully we'll have enough. Supplies are tight and you can't get more. Well, you can, but it's, instead of $51 a ton, it's $175 a ton.
Ooh.
So we'll try not to do that.
Thank you.
Everybody get chains
Hmm?
on your roads. Everybody get chains on your tires.
Yeah. Well, we backed off, you know, we don't, just like the city. The areas that don't require so much salt, we slow down on it and try to keep them passable, not totally clean. So, more like a country road should be.
Right.
Looks like I skipped over, so we'll go to new business. Township Topics Day is coming on Wednesday, April 30th. That's the day when any and all township officials can meet with their state legislators and express their concerns and just have a fellowship. And if anybody wants to go, let me know. It's Wednesday, April 30th in Springfield. The Township Officials of Kane County meeting is Wednesday, February 26th at the U of I Extension Meeting Room on Randall Road. Tentative budgets we will have ready next month.
When are those passed?
Pardon?
And when do we pass the budget?
In April. Okay, the annual meeting is April 8th. And the last day for any group of 15 or more people to request an item on the agenda is March 1st.
So to do that, they have to have 15 signatures?
They have to have 15 signatures, present that to the clerk. Anyone from the public have anything to say? Howard?
We I don't have my material with me. I wasn't home this evening to grab it. Hopefully we will have more information. We did have a 708 board meeting this past Thursday.
Right.
And I do believe you've received a letter regarding budget at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Thank you. Trustees have anything?
Yeah, let me just add to the 708 meeting. We met last week, and yeah, the request for the budget appropriation is up from $330,000 to $340,000. So that will be reflected, I'm sure, in our budget ordinance. With some information was shared with us regarding service statistics, in other words, how many people and how many agencies have served Batavia Township residents. And just as a kind of total, 21 agencies were funded to serve about 1,187 people during the last year. Some of those agencies are, for example, the Association for Individual Development, Breaking Free, CASA, Elder Day Center, Suicide Prevention, and Tri-City Family Services are the major ones. You are all invited to an open house for 708 board members, supervisors, trustees on Tuesday, March 4th, between 5 and 7 p.m. at Mercy Hospital. So if you want more information,
I gave
let me
a
know.
copy to everybody.
Does everybody have one?
Yeah.
Everybody have one? Okay, good. There is also a new 7.0 or ink board brochure, which has been done, so if anybody wants one of those, there they are. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. The county, in the March election is going to have a referendum, and it will have to do with the electric rates for those who are not in cities or towns. It's for unincorporated. I'll just read one of the things here. Kane County has been saving money on our electrical costs on various buildings for nearly 7 years. We are buying power on the open market, and it is then delivered by ComEd. A few years ago, the General Assembly authorized local governments to do the same bidding process on behalf of its residents and small businesses. The County of Kane will be placing a referendum on the March 18th ballot. If the majority of the voters concur, then the county can seek lower electric rates for its residents in incorporated areas. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Unincorporated area. Because I mean, here, there's a letter I gave a copy to all of you. And if anybody, any of you viewers would like to pick up a copy of this, I'll have them available here at the office. Any questions on that? Okay. Next meeting will be Tuesday, March 11th. And I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Mitchell?
Yes.